Welcome back, everyone. In today's explainer, we're cracking open a highly strategic playbook for what is, honestly, the most stressful part of literally any major gathering. Yep, the event takedown. We're going to see how to turn a messy, exhausting aftermath into a total logistics symphony. So grab your notes and let's get into it. I mean, it's the golden question, right? How exactly do you perfectly pack up a massive event without the absolute chaos? We've all been there. The event ends, the adrenaline just completely drops, everyone's exhausted, and suddenly you're staring at this giant mountain of signs and equipment. Normally, it's a chaotic free-for-all, but the source document we're looking at today proves it absolutely does not have to be that way. It's really more like a beautifully choreographed dance. Here's our mission briefing for today. We'll kick things off with the perfect cleanup challenge, look at Group A's precision packing, and then Group B's reception takedown. After that, we'll cover seamless cross-team support, the culinary and lifestyle finale, and finally, the true secrets of an efficient team. All right, Section 1, the perfect cleanup challenge. To start, we really need a fundamental mindset shift. The event simply is not over until the space is spotless. Takedown isn't just the end, it is the ultimate test of team synergy. When you look at this standard operating procedure, you realize we're not just telling people to lug boxes around. We're running a strict playbook where every single volunteer's role is totally interconnected. Think of it like a giant puzzle. If one piece is missing or slacking off, the whole thing just grinds to a halt. Moving on to Section 2, Group A, Precision Packing. Let's look at how this interconnected system actually plays out on the ground by diving into the specific missions for Group A, which is made up of members 1, 2, and 3. The sheer level of detail here is actually mind-blowing. Take member 3, for instance. They have highly specific packing phases. They aren't just told to, pack the signs. No, they have to collect exactly 11 numbered classification signs and 1 clip and put them into a specific zipper bag. Then they grab 10 aluminum poles and tie them incredibly tightly into 2 bundles of 5. Because let's face it, loose poles are a huge tripping hazard and a total nightmare to transport. Finally, they pack up the remaining directional, backpack, cart, and trash signs. It's precision at its finest. Meanwhile, members 1 and 2 are running their own collaborative tasks. They're tackling the signboards and those special 10-finger mnemonic displays, packing them into designated boxes and staging the whole shebang right next to the black suitcase so it's ready to roll. And here is where that synergy really kicks in. Members 1, 2, and 3 all team up to fold 10 category whiteboards into 2 very neat sets of 5. It's a perfectly modular strategy. So the final result of this initial push is what we call Cart 1. This is the literal finish line for this phase. Everything has to be secured, incredibly balanced, and fastened down tight. It's not haphazard at all. It's really the absolute gold standard for getting heavy materials out safely. But Group A is definitely not off the clock yet. After unloading that first cart, members 1 and 2 have to head back to the staging point to pack up Cart 4. This perfectly highlights the multi-stage nature of their jobs. They have a set route, a specific method, and an exact visual reference for every single trip to the storage area. Nothing is left to chance. All right, Section 3, Group B, Reception Takedown. While Group A is executing their precision maneuvers, we've got a simultaneous operation happening over at the reception area. Over in Group B, Member 1 is leading the charge, getting all the reception items into their designated boxes. But pay close attention to Step 2 here, because it is absolutely crucial. Member 1 has to untie the hanging sign ropes first, like before doing anything else. Only after those ropes are totally detached do they roll up the danger tape to hand off to members 2 and 3. If you try to roll up that tape while the ropes are still attached, you're basically guaranteeing a massive, impossible knot. This simple rule fixes the problem before it even happens. The second member 1 hands over the tape. Members 2 and 3 seamlessly grab the baton. They take the 10 or 11 non-recyclable signs in numerical order, bundle them with the rolled-up danger tape, and toss them into one designated bag. The rolled-up ropes, those go straight into another bag. Then, the whole thing gets neatly packed into the black suitcase. It is literally an assembly line of efficiency. To make sure Group B gets it right every time, there's a strict visual standard for Cart 2. Members 2 and 3 use this blueprint to securely strap down their materials, the boxes, and that black suitcase. Heavy items always go on the bottom, and everything gets tied down incredibly tight with ropes. Pulling this off smoothly is basically Group B's victory lap right there. This brings us to Section 4, Seamless Cross-Team Support. We are officially at the climax of this playbook. Doing your own job is great, obviously, but what elevates this from a decent operating procedure to an absolute game changer is the built-in culture of rapid cross-team support. It's basically a brilliant if this, then that matrix. Super simple, but incredibly powerful. If Group A finishes early, they don't just sit down and start scrolling on their phones. No way. They immediately go support Group B. And on the flip side, if Group B finishes early, they go help Group A. The event simply isn't packed up until everyone is packed up. And check out the tactical redistribution once both groups wrap up their main tasks. It's honestly like a military deployment. Members A1, A2, B2, and B3 instantly form a new squad just to push all the heavy materials to storage. Meanwhile, members A3 and B1 are rapidly dispatched to the final frontier, the culinary and lifestyle area. Everyone knows exactly where they need to go next without having to ask a single question. Now, for Section 5, Culinary and Lifestyle Finale. This is the big one, where all available hands converge to tackle the heaviest, messiest part of the whole event, the food and venue cleanup. Just imagine the energy in the room at this point. Everyone converges. Under the single direction of the group leader, the entire crew is rapidly assigned to either wash the last of the utensils or sweep the venue. Because groups A and B crushed their tasks and helped each other out, they now provide this massive wave of manpower for the final push. It guarantees that no single team is left behind to scrub the kitchen alone in the dark. To put the scale of this into perspective, carts 3 and 5 represent the sheer volume of this final, unified push. We're talking buckets, huge bins, long metal structures, the works. Everything gets strapped down and prepped for storage. It's a total testament to the collective effort required to leave the venue absolutely 100% spotless. Finally, Section 6, Secrets of an Efficient Team. As we start to wrap up this explainer, I want to distill this entire process down to its core human element. Because, sure, knowing how to tie 5 aluminum poles together is important, but there is a much deeper philosophy at work here. The original source outlines a really defining philosophy. It says, if you haven't finished, the moment we finish, we will come to support you. Success is never just an individual thing here. If your team finishes first, you haven't quote-unquote won the takedown. You only win when everyone finishes. It's a beautiful culture of collective success and profound mutual respect. And honestly, that is exactly what you should take away from this. This guide doesn't just organize whiteboards, ropes, and carts. It literally unites people through shared responsibility and structured empathy. So I'll leave you with this final thought. How are you going to apply this level of precision and mutual support in your own team challenges? Are you ready to choreograph your next perfect takedown? Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and I'll see you next time.